So I got an off-topic question. You mentioned AAU the other night. Why can't that system be fixed to be like real basketball? It would help the players, it would help the college game, it would help development.
Well, the biggest problem in our country when it comes to basketball is that basketball is tied to scholastics, and where everywhere else it's not. You play for your clubs, so which don't limit your time and access. So if you were to ask an international guy, he's never played a pickup game without coaches. He's never played AAU basketball. Everything is organized and taught and coached. Where here, we limit the access of our coaches. The problem is that Reggie Morris and Dave Rabibo and Josh Giles and all the good coaches and Harvey Kitani, these guys, they get 5 months, and that's limited. That's the problem in our country with basketball. But the problem is it's being played 12 months a year. So they're being, our guys they play more unorganized basketball in America than you play organized basketball.
Would you say there's limited coaching in AAU ball then?
No, I think there's a lot of guys that know the game in AAU. The problem is they're all-star games. You've got guys from all over the state of California or multiple states, and you got to meet on Friday to play, and you got 48 hours to play 4 games as you and I both sit there. How are you going to practice? It's not like everybody's from the Valley. There's no Valley All-Stars. Where, Amari and KJ Simpson and, all these guys were on the same team. These guys are from all over. How are you going to practice? You got no chance. So even, in that setting, what chance do they have? It'd be different if there was a Valley All-Stars, a South LA team, an Inland Empire team, and they all actually had practice time. But again, where are you going to get a gym? You're not part of a scholastic environment, even if you could. So our youth system is just broken. So there's plenty of guys in AAU that know basketball, plenty of them. But sometimes they're meeting they don't even fly together. They're meeting at the event because they're not from the same parts of California or same parts of Florida or New York or whatever it may be. So it becomes just an all-star game. It just is what it is. It's just a terribly broken system, which affects basketball.
Dim Bona, he's done a lot of great things. It seems like limited a bit in his rebounding a bit. What do you think has led to that a little?
I would say a little bit of fatigue, not used to being blocked out, at the level you get blocked out. But it's definitely an area I would agree that he can improve on.
This is the, I believe, 3rd year of the 20-game Pac-12 schedule, if I'm not mistaken. And the interesting thing is, I believe the first 2 years, your one-offs in December were to at Oregon canceled, at Washington canceled. So this, knock on wood, this will be the first one that you'll actually play.
Yeah. And then you guys noticed the Big Ten ACC Challenge is no more, I guess, due to television contracts going forward once we join the league. So I was factoring that into our scheduling in 23, 24, thinking, you're going to be a part of that or the Gavitt, and, so, it's just the whole conference games early is a weird thing. I don't know if it's good or bad, but, I think good or bad has sailed, that ship sailed in college basketball and college athletics. It is what it is, so, it would be a lot easier for all of us, I think, if you could just pay players and go back to the way it was with paying players. Conference games after Christmas, regional rivalries, all that stuff. But so yeah, Ben, I just hope hope we get through playing games. It'd be good, have a normal season. So, but my focus is on Stanford. you know, it's good to get our guys need a day off. We can evaluate where we're at. Yeah, I haven't had a team. It's funny. I'm my 20th year in coaching as a head coach. My first team at Murray State shot a very. If you look us up, I believe we shot over 50% for the season, maybe or close to it. So we're at 50% right now. So, you know, I thought we could do that this year. I thought we'd get more layups with Amari slashing, passing, Jalen Clark slashing, passing, added to our lineup. So I think that's the kind of team that we can potentially be.
How much you talk about that with the team as like?
Oh, you know, coaches talk about a lot with the team. Your job's to get things implemented. So you know, our passing. If we'd have just kept shooting threes the other night, we'd have been in deep trouble. We got 26 layups against Bellarmine, who's a gap, no paint team, which means you have to throw multiple passes and work and, you know, move the ball and move people to get layups. I thought it's obviously the best job we've done as far as getting them the ball above the rim. You know, it's been a new, you know, it needs to continue to be a staple for us. I thought we had Kenny on a lob, we missed him through a bad pass.
How's Jalen Clark doing?
He's good. I think he's fine. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
expect to practice today?
Yeah.
Okay. The one sequence that kind of stood out to me was where Dem had the ball, was doubled in the post, got it to Dave up top. Dave got it to Dylan, and Dylan got it to Ramo in the corner. Just
Ball
bam,
movement.
bam, bam.
Quick. People talk about ball movement. There's two types of passes. Ones I want to throw and ones I have to throw. Big difference. Big difference. You know, guys, you know, teams that understand that ball movement equals easy baskets and better opportunities for you as an offensive player. And your job as a coach is to get that. Now you got to have skill level guys that can pass, can shoot. But then there's the unwilling passer that exhausts all possibilities and passes as a last resort. You know, so there's two types of passers. So we had, even Amari's last layup of the game, Dave caught it and immediately, it barely hit his hands, and he threw it to Amari, which allowed Amari to attack a closeout. Dave holds that ball for a half a second, kid closes out, Amari can't blow by his guy. So that's why it's fun watching Bellarmine play, because they totally understand the concept of moving the ball, but they understand why they're doing it, to get people to run at them so they can drive by them.
What's the Stanford scouting report?
Similar. They're always big. You know, since I've been here, I go back to again my late nights watching UCLA basketball. The Lopez twins, the Collins twins, they seem to always have big teams, big guards. I think their offensive rebounding is a big concern for us, and it's our first road game. You know, with a lot of freshmen, they have to understand how big of a game this is for us. It's a huge game. You know, at this point in the season, it's just a huge game for us to be able to go on the road and get a conference win. But, you know, and you can't expect to win unless you go in there and outplay them. And it's hard to do that on the road. So our veterans, we've got to make sure that they're giving us great leadership. You know, we addressed it right away after the Bellarmine game, you know, how hard it is to win on the road, especially in conference, in any league in college basketball.
And against Bellarmine, Dem picked up that early foul. Is he still trying to figure out how to play without fouling, especially early in games?
Yeah, but so are NBA players, in fairness. I mean, when you're a big guy and you're aggressive, you're going to foul. I don't think he hasn't been egregious with and wild with his fouls. He hasn't fouled out of a game yet. But it would be better for us if he doesn't get one in the first minute, because then I have to get him out right away. Because if he gets two, now he's sitting forever. But you know, we got other guys. Mac was had a sore foot the other night. Was dealing with a little plantar fasciitis, but get Kenny in. But I think, look, all big guys got to deal with that. But it'd be nice not to get one in the first minute.
Any update on Will as far as?
Yeah, he's close.
Close, okay.
Yeah, Will's very close. So I think, you know, we were hoping for December. I don't know what the date is. I just know we play Stanford Thursday. But we're closing in on December. He's pretty close. I know he's chomping at the bit. He actually asked me. I said, got a pretty high ACT score, one my sister was a little upset about, since she went to Northwestern on an academic scholarship, but I'm not a doctor.
What do you think about the development of Abramo Stanka?
It's important for our program, but as you know, so look, there's two kinds of freshmen. There's Amari Bailey and there's Abramo Zanka. Abramo Zanka is like a lot of guys I had at Cincinnati. He's going to be a really good player, 4-year player. It just takes time. I think his development from his defense and his strength are going to be huge for his career. He's going to have to get, because he's a slasher. Great. He hasn't played a lot, but he's a great offensive rebounder. Really has a nose for the ball on the offensive glass. So when you have a 6'6" guy with long arms, he has got to be a good defender, and he's got to be a good rebounder. So he's got to get a little stronger. But he's coming with baby steps, building his confidence. Huge adjustment for Abramo. He missed most of the summer. He's showing up in August. He was put in a tough spot. So just trying to bring him along slow, keep his confidence up. But his plan is to be here for 4 years. So, as you know, I believe you got to have guys like that.
You ever talk Italian wine with him?
Yeah, he gave us all a gift. I don't know where he went to some Italian consulate thing or something. I guess the Italian community here, again, I guess through social media, has embraced him. No, I like free wine, whether it's Italian or whatever.
Savino probably knows a lot about the Italian wine.
No, Savino's from Jersey City. He knows about Boone's Farm. All right, guys.
Thank you.
That was your sound clip right there. Jersey City.